best intro ever.
Wiggity, what's that?
Oh, the double wiggity.
Yeah, I'm feeling good today,
This
bro.
is a special day today.
The hat's backwards. Oh, it's always backwards.
And a good evening from me,
Ooh,
Mr. Mitchell.
Tom Brokaw. Good evening,
Good evening, everyone.
everybody.
I have a special news.
We're never gonna get to this intro.
This
anyways.
episode's never ending.
Okay, anyways. What's up, everybody? Episode 9, Sneaks and Stats podcast. I'm EJ.
And I am Julian.
We're, like I said, episode 9 about a fellow Chicago Bull guy. He's won multiple rings.
Oh, it's got to be Scottie.
It's got to be Michael Jordan.
It's got to be Scottie Burrell.
It's got to be Jason Caffey, right? Do you know him?
Yes.
I brought him up for a reason.
Oh boy.
You're in for it, pal.
You're getting a knuckle sandwich.
Knuckle sandwich.
Buddy.
Yeah. But first and foremost, don't forget to follow us on our socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Like us and subscribe on YouTube. Comment on what shoes you want to see, what players you want us to talk about. If you like what we're talking about, if you hate it, you like us, think he's cute, think I'm cute, whatever. Anyways.
Bang my line.
Bang the line. But yeah.
Episode 9.
Scotland Pippen.
Scotland Pippen.
Scotland Pippen.
Scottie Pips.
Scottie. I always say, like, does anyone call him Pips? Do you think his teammates call him Pip?
Hopefully no
Pip,
one calls him Pip. Pip, I've heard.
Pip, yeah.
Because you hear in like the Last Dance and stuff, MJ's like, I would have never got any without Pip.
Yeah,
but it's like,
that's right.
But like Pips.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
Hey, Pip Squeak.
Pip Squeak.
Hey there, boy.
You're right. Hold the S.
Please hold the S for Scottie.
But also another guy who 5 million shoes before he even wore his own.
I was kind of pushing to do Scottie off the heels of Barkley because it's a very similar situation. Someone that, at least for me, I didn't even really know he had signature shoes.
Right.
But I feel like probably a lot of people aren't thinking like, oh, Scottie had some dope shoes. But Scottie had a few nice shoes. He's got an interesting shoe career, really. It's kind of weird.
So I told Julian earlier that the Pippen 1, which we're going to talk about later, is top 10 basketball shoe for me.
Top 10s.
I'm gonna tell you why, buddy, later.
Stick around.
Wait up. But yeah, he wore a lot of stuff, just like Barkley. Makes perfect sense that you wanted him to do this episode. You wanted to do this episode because the 90s was full of all these dudes, like Penny Hardaway. They marketed his shoe. Charles.
Yes.
Scottie. Who else was kind of like going up?
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson had his own commercials and stuff like that. So it was very 90s themed and perfect for us to kind of do this.
Yeah.
Right?
And it seems like, almost in a way, it's kind of like we're getting back into... I feel like the shoe market now is probably closer to the 90s than it was in the 2000s in a way. Because, like, there was a period after Adidas kind of peaked with, like, T-Mac and VC and stuff where it was just Nike. Like, everyone was Nike. You couldn't get Nike or Jordan. Mm-hmm. And now it's like Austin Reeves is going to sign a 7-figure deal with... something...
Rigor.
I think Rigor is the shoe?
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Or is it... What? Either
Rigor Reeves.
The Rigor... he's wearing the Sniper 2. I think it is Rigor. I think you're right. Yeah. He's wearing the Sniper 2 right now. But then he's going to get a Reeves 1, shoe. I guess, or whatever. Yeah. But, like, Jimmy is with Li Ning. And Converse is trying to make a NBA comeback.
Klay Thompson. I think even...
Under Armour was that.
I think it's Langston Galloway has his own shoe as well.
Yeah. Oh, he does. Right? I remember we talked about that, which is like blowing my mind.
Blowing my mind too. Awesome.
Dude's not even in the league. I don't think.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe on the bench of some team.
I don't know. Yeah. But it's definitely like you have. I mean, most of these athletes we talked about from the 90s were Nike, but it's like they were all marketed as such big stars, and I think you're kind of getting back to that marketing level because. Now it's not Nike. Like, Nike doesn't have to worry about lessening LeBron's James value by raising Kevin Durant's, Like, now it's like Adidas is they're trying to battle with Nike again with their athletes.
And if you go even further with that, the whole, like, Yeezy shoe thing. Like, in terms of revenue, they're nothing without that whole Yeezy universe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So to keep up, they even have to use all of their shoes, not just the basketball department.
I can't wait for the Yeezy multiverse movie, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
He's there. He's not there.
There's one
we
where
want you to. Be there.
There's
We
one
don't
where
want you to be
Kanye is not a bad guy.
there. Yeah, seriously. One of them has to be at least. And what college was and what year was he drafted, bro? A little
bit. Set the stage here.
Wasn't this? Yeah.
A very little school, Arkansas
Central.
Central.
Yes.
Yeah. 1987 draft, which was really stacked. He went 5th, drafted by the Supersonics, and was traded to the Bulls for Olden Polynice. Major L for them Supersonics. It was a terrible trade. I don't even think they got draft compensation.
Man.
Olden Polynice was okay. He was doing 16-10 in his last year in college. He played 1 year pro in another league before that draft. But Scottie, dude.
I went to go play ball at Yosemite Park one time, and there was a Clipper camp for little kids, and he was running the camp. This was like 10 years ago.
This was like a week ago.
Nathan is in there. He's in there.
Why him?
I signed him up. That's all they had.
But yeah, that 87 draft class. So Scottie went at.
Who's in there? That's good.
Scottie was the 5th pick.
Okay.
The Admiral was the first overall pick, but he didn't play for 2 seasons because he had to fulfill his obligations to the Navy.
Okay.
He ended up winning Rookie of the Year. I think it would be 89.
Yeah.
So the 89-90 season. Right. And then you had the mayor, KJ, went at 7.
Okay.
Kevin Johnson. Horace Grant was 10.
Okay.
Reggie Miller was 11.
Wow, that's a good class.
Mark Jackson won Rookie of the Year. He was 18th overall.
Okay.
And then Reggie Lewis, too. Celtics shooter Reggie Lewis went at 22. So that's a pretty stacked class. There wasn't any really notable second round picks, but that's a pretty nice class.
That's a good class.
That's a handful of Hall
I would
of
even
Famers.
say not spoken of enough.
No, you definitely don't hear about that. And Scottie alone elevates that. Scottie and Reggie really make that a special draft class. Obviously, David Robinson too, but since he didn't really play with that draft class, it's kind of one of those of like he's in the draft class, but
not really.
Yeah. Pretty sick though.
I know.
Pretty crazy draft class. But
we all know what happened where he went, right?
Yes. Scottie goes traded to the Bulls.
And had a pretty good career, I think.
I think he did okay.
He's all right.
1 or 2 rings at least.
I mean, NBA's top 50, weak.
Okay.
And 75, weaker.
But yeah, so Scottie wasn't with Nike in his rookie season. Mm-mm. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he wore the Avia 885, kind of a famous pair. It came out of it was founded in the 80s from Oregon.
There's a picture of them bad boys. They're pretty. This is a
that's
game
not
worn
a bad
pair.
shoe.
Game worn pair, so it's definitely a little beat up, and he did sign it, so that's sick.
Yes.
But it's a nice looking shoe.
Yeah, he wore both. He wore the low and the high.
And like you mentioned, the high are really high.
They're like, yeah, you're tying it pretty high up. And then this was like a signed pair, which was pretty cool. What I liked about him is that he wore like lows because I love lows.
Yeah, he's definitely a low guy. Mm-hmm. Like we'll get to it, but you'll see a lot of his shoes are. Did you see lows.
That he likes his shoe lower to the ground. Like, copying Michael Jordan. But so that's the Avia 855 and
so little interesting fact, they were founded in Beaverton, Oregon, just like another little known company. Nikkei. Yes. And then they were acquired by Reebok in 1987. So I would imagine it was probably before the draft. That was probably Reebok would be pushing for that, and that's how they had money to sign a guy like Scottie Pippen.
Other players, right?
And then since then they've changed hands a little bit. I think they're more of a lifestyle brand now. I think they
all their shoes will probably look like this. No, honestly, because every brand has a lifestyle brand now. So for going out. But
I think they're more like a health and fitness. Like even though obviously shoes are fitness, but I think they've pivoted a little bit because I read they have like a Fitbit, their own version of Fitbit.
Okay, cool. So like a working out shoe.
Yeah.
Cool. They went in a different direction over the years.
Yeah.
And notable players that have worn this.
Oh, I don't know this. I'm excited for this.
Clyde Drexler
Ooh,
and John Stockton.
that's pretty good.
You know what's crazy? John Stockton wore a lot of these shoes that Pippen wore before their.
Interesting.
So he's got a pass in the hood or something like that.
Well,
You know what I mean?
the mean streets of Salt Lake City, bro. You better watch out.
You never know, dude. Byron Russell's on that.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off.
Where are
it.
you from?
Do I really have to curse?
Did they really have a swear?
That's interesting though. Yeah, I don't. Maybe they had a good relationship in after their dream team maybe.
And then, that, and maybe I also feel like maybe John Stockton was really, or he paid attention to what he liked on the floor, on his shoes, on his feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I would wear everything if I had it at my disposal. That's just
You'd be PJ Tucker 2.0 if you were in the league, dude.
Did me?
Yes.
Dude, we were just talking about it. I have like 20 shoes, bro, in my hat. Like this. Want one? Yeah, dude, I'll throw them to the kids, bro.
Scottie had a pretty good rookie season though.
Yes. Can you, give me some statty.
I have some interesting
daddy.
stuff here. That's Statty Daddy.
That's a statty daddy.
I'm gonna make a new
Did you guys know
Instagram.
that?
That's all gonna be thirst traps of me with shoes, and it's gonna be at Statty Daddy.
Statty daddy.
So his first season was still under Doug Collins, that 87-88 season. He came off the bench for all 79 regular season games he appeared in, and he averaged a decent 7.9 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 20 minutes. So
Pretty good.
not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's like, you don't expect much from a rookie. His season high that year was 24 in Chicago against the New York Knicks, because the Knicks just loved playing against Chicago. I mean, other way around. Chicago loved playing against New York. April 8th, 1988, he had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists off 8 of 15 from the field.
Pretty good.
Which is like, you guys will see, it's like a great classic Scottie line.
Yeah.
Like, it's
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't match that though. This is great. I really loved finding this out. So his first start of ever was in Game 5 of the first round of the playoffs. He ended up finishing with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists again, and 3 steals.
Yeah.
Almost identical to his game against New York. It was the shot. It was the MJ's shot over Elo.
Oh,
that was
game,
his first game that he ever started, was the shot over Elo.
Wow, and he performed pretty well.
And he started at the rest of the playoffs pretty much after that. He took over for Brad Sellers, who had started at small forward
A name I know.
the whole season. I vaguely know that name.
Sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Sellers? I know.
It's a seller's market.
Yeah, not a buyer.
Not a buyer's. Not right now. Not in this economy.
Not, you kidding me?
But yeah, that's kind of what I got for his rookie season, and the
Good.
Avia 885s. I do like them. I really like them. I got a little picture on foot here, I do believe.
Nice and simple, nice and chill.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got like a special colorway with the Avia is red.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Super nice. They look good on foot. I like the trim on the inside.
On the inside of
the
of the sole.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I like Scottie was known for always liking the white and red pair. So if you notice the theme throughout this episode is the white and red. He wore the white and red because he loves. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's to say?
Are we just gonna forget that this guy is Hanslick?
I should have looked who that was. I don't really know. It looks like he's got a really nice big mustache going. I think he just carried over from the ABA. He just never left the Denver Nuggets his whole career. He's like, the ABA will never die. I'm gonna keep the stash. I warm up with a red, white, and blue ball.
Number 24, Peter Hanslick. Looks like a Peter Hanslick.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mr. Hanslick, whatever your first name is, it's now Peter.
It's Peter. That's what we're calling.
Congratulations.
Yes. So what did he wear next, Julie?
What do I got next here? I got next on the list the Nike Air Flight 89. These are the original Air Flights. These are nasty.
During the Chuck episode, during the shot clock, we were talking about with Aaron. We were talking about his first shoe ever was the Zoom Turf. Remember the diamond with the green?
Yeah.
That was one of my first shoes too. My second shoe ever that my parents bought me when I was in 6th grade was this guy right here.
Dude,
it was a blue and white, and I wore that to death.
These are
like my socks were showing. Yeah, super sick.
Your socks were showing.
Yes.
I remember I used to do that. I used to wear like put holes in my basketball shoes.
Yeah, because you were playing in
and
them
I would just duct tape them because I remember KG would.
Really?
KG said that he would put cardboard in his on the sole.
Yeah.
And then duct tape over the hole.
Oh
And
damn!
I'm like, I want to be like KG.
So the the cardboard acts as like a thing.
As
the bottom,
because he would rub through the sole, so he was like, "This is my soul
That's
now."
hardcore. I never did that.
That's
I just
sick, right?
I just wanted my parents to feel sad. I'll go outside and play now.
Walking blisters.
Yeah, we'll buy you a new
Only
one.
I had a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. If only you can go to Ross.
If only I had a Jordan 4.
For $200. It's the best one.
Bread pair.
Are you in pain right now? It's like no.
It hurts. Speaking of 4, though,
Yeah.
I did read that these were a little bit inspired by the 4, and I was looking at them. I'm like, I guess, and then I noticed the lace,
what do we call that again?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's because that's definitely from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 4 it was and all that stuff was kind of like coming out around that same time.
Yeah, very similar timing.
The shape of the shoe is for sure like the Jordan 4. That colorway is from there as well.
Yeah, it's sick.
So there's definitely an influence there, and obviously the Air Max unit, which is a huge thing that we have to talk about.
Let's hear it. What do you got?
I mean, we can we'll bring it up in a bit.
All right.
He didn't like the Air Max unit. Did you know that?
I did read.
Did you see that?
When they were, I didn't.
I tripped out on that.
And then he didn't like this. But I read he liked, and like you said, we'll get into it. I read that he liked the Zoom.
He liked the Zoom Air,
more.
the Zoom Air tech way better than this because it brought him closer to the 4. But it's weird. He played. I mean, maybe nice of him to not complain about it or whatever, right?
Scottie seemed like the guy that didn't really complain about it.
Yeah, he basically said, as long as it's got the Zoom Air on it, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
That's technically what he said.
And I mean, he always kind of, I don't want to say deferred to Michael, but like even just watching like The Last Dance, you can tell he's kind of a like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I do like on these. I really like the flight, the
writing,
the
font
on it. Yeah, the font.
I do too.
It's very 90s, but I really liked like how it ended up looking.
Yeah, because
sweet.
And that's on a lot of shoes. They even put it on some Jordans.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's part of the flight. I don't know if have you seen Air already?
I did. That was the other thing I had to tell you.
Is that what it was?
That was what
so
it
you
was.
you couldn't remember that you watched. That's what you were gonna tell me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
It gets straight to the point.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna talk about more stuff, but I guess in a sense it doesn't really make.
No,
it doesn't
you don't
really
need to.
matter.
It was cool. Yeah. It was
just a
it was,
lot more.
It was really cool seeing like Nike back in the day.
Yeah.
Sunny V. It was good to get a little more background on all that,
And what
on
he
that
did,
stuff. Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are like, they didn't even show Michael Jordan. I'm like, yeah, man, don't need to. Yeah.
And they had his blessing
and
and
parents, and that's kind of that was the important bit I think for a lot of that.
Yeah.
I did go back and I watched the episode of The Last Dance afterward where they talk about his shoes.
Yeah.
And it is really funny seeing David Falk, his agent, who he takes credit for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like in the documentary, he's like, I had this idea of like, let's go to Nike and you can brand him like a tennis player. And like, I'm like, you know, I don't know who to believe. Mm-hmm. You're an agent, so you gotta build your brand and build up your clients.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I do think probably like Peter Moore had a lot to do.
Peter Moore had a lot to do.
won.
Sonny Vaccaro had a lot to do with a lot of that.
Yeah.
In the documentary that I saw, which is why I was like, they left out a lot of stuff. Him and George Raveling had a lot, like a falling out. They were also best friends, and just a lot of stuff they didn't really explain. But I mean, again, they didn't really need to put that in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to the shoes.
Yes, back to the shoes. I think I got a pick here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are nice.
Those. Yeah, I like just the red and white. I think those are super good. Really nice on foot. Like I really
super nice on foot,
like
bro.
These.
With
These
shorts, perfect. Yeah. And then the Bulls uniform, I think the classic, just the classic look, along with like Lakers, Knicks, Celtics.
The original franchises, man, pretty much.
So I mean, you'll never go wrong with those jerseys.
I do have a few stats here.
Okay.
And then I did find another player that had worn these.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
That's
I'm
not
sure
surprised. That was everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular picture is from a game against which team?
Celtics.
The Washington
Bullets.
Bullets.
I take that back. Bullets,
of course.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
But I'm very happy to bring up the wonderful Bullets, and I get to talk about one of my favorite NBA players of all time.
Okay.
It's almost.
Guys, he loves Manute Bol. He's such a great right.
I'm a huge Manute Bol fan.
That's out of him.
Have you ever seen that picture of him swimming in the pool?
Is he like the length of the pool?
Because the pool like distorts like how you're looking at him. And he looks,
right, because of the water. Yeah.
He looks like 12 feet long. It's almost scary.
Yeah.
It's like is that a man?
Yeah.
No, Bernard King.
Ooh.
Bernard King.
He's been talking about this guy.
I brought this up I think last episode.
You did.
I don't know what it is. Like I've watched highlights of his game because I don't know anyone that really talks about him, and like I was too young to ever see him play.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is smooth. He is so smooth.
CBG.
CBG?
Certified bucket getter. I wanted to see your reaction. You're like, I don't know.
Totally, bro.
Yeah, sure, man.
Totally.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
certified
That's what the
bucket
kids
getter.
say, dude.
He's got so much
trying to be
riz,
cool, bro.
too.
All right, I'm just trying to be cool, guys. Okay. Anyways, Bernard King is a CBG.
He's a CBG.
He's a CBG.
Dude.
He held the record, right?
The most CBGs.
Being the most consecutive
He's got the
years
most
as CBG. No.
He held the record for a long time
at
in Madison Square
MSG.
Garden. the CBG at
Of
MSG was
unbelievable.
This is the worst podcast ever.
I opened the gate.
You're gonna
Damn it,
hate
it's open.
this.
It's over. This is our end.
So this was in.
But he's really good.
I don't want to talk about Bernard King anymore.
Come
I'm
on.
over it. I'm
No,
over it.
he's good, bro. He's sick.
This game was in Washington. It was April 14th, 1990.
Yeah.
And Scottie finished with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals,
Yeah.
2 blocks, 3 turnovers, 4 fouls, 7 from 15 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
And this we should mention too. This was his first time professional, not first game, but this is the first shoe from what I read, first Nike shoe he wore in the pros. Oh God, he's gone. He's gone.
Sorry.
He's gone.
Sorry.
Oh no. But from what I read, this was Scottie's first shoe, the Air Flight. That was his first Nike shoe in the NBA.
Yeah. I guess.
Let me just get to the part. Let me get to the
I can't do it. Okay, I got this.
Okay, guys, catch us next week.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So BK, the CBG.
Yeah.
The
CBG, yeah. CBGK at MSG.
You have it your way. he had a game high 30 points on 12 for 22 with 5 assists.
Do you have Bernard King's average,
career average?
Career average.
Yes.
Because I want to know how. like you said, we never watched him, so I just want to have an idea of how good.
He was a bucket. His best years were in New York. He did bounce around quite a bit. He started in Golden State or in New Jersey with the Nets.
Okay.
Actually, like one of their first few years moving to New Jersey out of New York.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Knicks because he is from New York. He's from Brooklyn, and his career averages 22.5 a game for scoring, 5.8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers a game. But he averaged 51.8% from the field.
Damn,
so
dude.
He was
really good.
Mid-range killer. He was really good. His career high was 32.9 points per game.
Dang.
That was with the Knicks.
I would imagine not too many people average 30 points a game in a season.
No. It's really hard.
I'm pretty sure that list isn't that long.
He only made All-Star 4 times, too.
Crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
And I'm sure when he bounced around later on is because teams just needed a bucket. You
and
know?
he was a bucket.
And he can get it for you.
He was
perfect.
a microwave.
Like a mellow or something.
Yeah, exactly. I would say probably Melo would be better, but that's a great comparison. Like very similar to Melo. But yeah, crazy game for the old CBG.
Damn.
Another CBG,
DK.
Michael Jordan. I don't know if you've heard of him. He plays for the Bulls.
Yeah.
He had 21 that game. 10 of 21 shooting.
Weak for Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Gross.
What is he doing? Stretching?
And then I have one more player here.
Okay.
He would be a future Bull at this point. Magic Johnson. No.
Ronald Harper.
Ronald McDonald Harper.
Ooh, I like the little line he has.
Yeah.
Design.
This is with the clips. He's wearing pretty much the same model that Scottie did. Maybe
That's the same
higher.
shoe, I think. Yeah.
He had a good game. This was February 5th, 1991. This was in LA.
Yeah.
The Clippers lost 102 to 116.
Uh-huh.
And Ron Harper had 22 points, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 1 block, 1 steal, and 25 minutes off the bench.
I love Ron Harper. Great player.
Great. Yeah, he was really good.
Also a Laker.
Yes.
Won with us.
Yeah, helped us win one because he knew the triangle and
kind of a funky shot.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Kind of weird. Magic had 22 and 13 assists, 4 rebounds.
That sounds about right.
Killer.
Yeah.
Big Game James led all with 24, and he also came off the bench. So kind of battle of the benches there. That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, great. I love this photo.
Take a picture of me.
Yeah.
That is a good photo. Young Ronnie. Those Clipper jerseys, uniforms are sick too.
But yeah, that's the air flight a little bit. You got anything else?
No, we can move on.
You want to, let's do it. So the next that I had on my list here was the Air Flight 2. These are pretty nice. These are pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Olympic colorway, which makes sense because Scottie wore these. All I could really tell, it seemed like he wore them only during the Olympics. The Dream Team 1992 Olympics.
He also wore the one, like the black. There's a black colorway with a white swoosh.
That's nice.
Which is kind of like a trend because like the CB, remember the CB from last episode?
Yeah.
Black with white.
Certified
There's a lot, yeah. CBG. Brittany Griner. BG. Certified. But that colorway was just kind of like what a lot of the players were wearing.
Yeah.
And that's almost like everybody's away colorway with the white swoosh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this is iconic. Again, we brought it up. In the Olympics, man, it's so awesome how each player gets, if they don't have their own shoe, they each get a Olympic colorway of a shoe that they're wearing. So that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah. And then so I found a little story. This is supposedly
worn pair.
This is from Heritage Auctions, and it was a worn pair that Scottie wore, which you can tell because that these are specifically his because of the 8, like we talked about earlier today.
Yeah.
Which is so sick to have the 8 stitched on there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is supposedly from a kind of infamous practice in Monaco before.
With Chuck Daly?
Yeah. Not the one he threw against the college kids, because that was in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
This is the one where, so they stopped in Monaco before they went on to Spain, to Barcelona. And they had, from the Dream Team documentary, which everyone should watch, the practice where Magic started to was getting frustrated with Mike because he felt like he was losing control
of the NBA.
Yes.
Or that he was on top of the hill.
Yeah. And so that's the one where he's like, "You get him, Charles. Yeah. You get him." It's supposedly that practice where they had everyone going at it.
Yeah.
And just Larry Bird.
Get him back.
Larry Bird and Christian Laettner just over on the sides.
It's his. Right?
Yeah.
It's his.
That's what Larry says. Oh, it's not yours anymore, man.
Yep. Yeah. So it's from that.
It's supposedly that's where these shoes are from.
Sick. Did not know that. That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy.
I would wear those, man.
You would wear those?
That's a sick pair of shoes. You don't like those?
No, I mean the game worn ones.
Oh no. The shoe and those specifically. Those I would frame.
Yeah, right.
You know what's interesting too is how he laced it. It's interesting how he went up here on the top, but Maybe he wanted more support. You see that how he went up here?
Yeah, he went really tight. I mean, I guess that does keep it like
It's more of the shoe intact together, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious to see if we can see
How much it went for?
Oh, you can buy them. They're still.
How much are they up for right now?
So this site, this Heritage Auction site, is very, like you gotta actually be interested. So they don't have the prices.
Oh.
You can see.
So unless you're involved.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see how much they did sell for if something is to sell, but
Yeah.
how much they're going for right now, you can't. I think it's a lot of. I think it's like almost like eBay for collectibles. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's someone selling them. I think, and I'm sure the place gets a cut, of course. But
I could also see if they show the price to the whole world, then some people won't be as interested.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it says only 1,500 page views. So, and apparently only 2 bids.
Okay.
But you know what? No, they must have sold. They said that the auction was in 2021, so they must have sold, but it doesn't say for what.
No, yeah,
so that would have been pretty crazy to whoever has those.
But that's a cool pair to have,
sick.
especially
This would be
if you're a collector and you collect
the story is so
big
good.
time. And if you collect stuff from the Dream Team era, that would be a nice piece to have.
Which, speaking of the Dream Team, I have a few stats on that. So during this Dream Team run, there's a nice picture of Scottie wearing the Air Flight shoes.
Uniforms are sick.
He averaged, the uniforms are crazy. 9 points, 2.1 rebounds, a team high 5.9 assists. Scottie was such a good passer.
Big time.
So underrated. And 3 steals per game, which I was like, oh, that must be the team high too. No. Mike, so this is all according to Basketball Reference, who I feel like is very reputable, but this stat, I'm like, this is blowing my mind right now. Mike's apparently averaged during the Olympics 4.1 steals per game.
Man.
And that team, I was looking at the team stats, and everyone averages like at least 1.5. Like, it's crazy because obviously like team's defense was.
And I'm also thinking
top notch.
I'm also thinking a lot of these teams are way more inferior, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of deflections.
Yeah.
A lot of smaller players, right? And a
Suppo-
lot more.
Supposedly, if that is to be believed, they would have averaged 22 steals per game. And just to give some context for that, the most ever in the NBA by a team was the 78 Suns, 12.9, so 13. And this most recent season was the Raptors at 9.4. So they doubled the Raptors, almost doubled the highest ever in the NBA. That's a nightmare trying to play that team.
I just picture 5 million fast breaks.
Dude, how
you know what I mean?
What do you do? That's so demoralizing.
That's why I'm saying.
Picked or your pass picked off 22 times.
And sometimes over and over.
That's one every 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Especially probably a little bit more because I think in the Olympics it's 10-minute quarters. So
was it?
I think
I didn't know.
I don't know about back then. But I think now it's 10-minute quarters.
And then.
But yeah.
That's what created all these blowouts.
Yeah.
And then you're demoralized, like you said, and you kind of get in a rhythm. So, yeah, they were destroying people.
It almost makes me feel bad.
Yeah. Mercy rule. And
then he also wore another pair in the Olympics. He wore a few different things during the Olympics.
Yeah, so that's like I want to say that's like the mid or the low.
Yeah.
And then he wore both.
Yeah. And then he wore these bad boys.
Oh yeah. Super excited about this because this is 5.
You can almost do an episode on this.
Yeah,
This
there's so many
crazy.
different types of Huaraches. You can put the Huarache in like Nike lore of silhouettes, like along with the
the silhouette is
with the Air Max 1, with all these that 95, 90, all of those. That definitely belongs in there with it. Shoe Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's really nuts. I'm not a super fan of this colorway in particular, like the original purple, and it's very 90s.
It's super like I when I see this colorway, I don't get me wrong, I love it. I would wear that. But I think of like the 90s workout videos.
Yes,
like the people with the headbands.
And two.
No, we're going to
go.
take a little break. Yeah.
Isn't that, speaking of the 90s and workout videos, they, in Space Jam, to get ready for the game, they watched a Richard Simmons workout tape.
They did. And he was wearing these. And he averaged 5 points.
If he did.
5 points.
These remind me kind of a little bit of the Chuck shoes that we looked at, just because they kind of they're layered and they kind of they're not really straps, but they kind of look like straps.
And I would imagine there was back then there was a black with paired with white, so, you know what I mean, just like all the other ones. And this came out in '92, and '92 was huge. A lot of Chuck shoes came out. A lot of those cool bulky like big shoes that we were talking about last episode. They're all starting to really show their faces in the shelves and the stores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This was not really made famous by Scottie Pippen. It was made famous by the Fab Five in Michigan. So those boys were wearing that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Which
is pretty cool.
Yeah, so Scottie wore these. I think Scottie wore these during the Olympics, which is nice, but I think that, like, the Fab Five was wearing them before Scottie. But they're still, I mean, they're pretty sick.
Yeah.
I got another one, apparently. I don't know why I got two. But it's hard to tell, but you can see there's some red in there.
Yeah.
Those must be nice.
And
again, look at those laces. They're all over the place.
He ties them crazy. But that colorway specifically, it almost looks like a fire red colorway.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
They never came out with a color like that.
That's
so
crazy.
That has to be a PE. And if
So
you're,
nice.
again, if you're a Bulls fanatic and you have a collector's, room or something,
Trophy
that's
room.
another nice little PE to find. Good luck, though.
That would be crazy to find those.
I wonder if he keeps a lot of his stuff.
I don't know.
Players do. I think a lot of them do to a certain degree.
A lot of them must give it away, though. I mean, because there's only so much you can keep. Like,
Right.
think about how many shoes, like, NBA players pretty much say they at least go through one pair of shoes a game, if not two.
Yeah.
You can't keep all those. Like, I'm sure LeBron has either kept his record-breaking shoes or donated them to the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right.
One of the two.
Right, and which is why you see like the rapper The Game had Kobe's jersey from the 81 point game, I think.
Yes.
He has that. And I was always tripping out, like, why does The Game have it?
How did he get it?
And how did he get it?
How did Kobe not get to keep that?
Right.
Or did he not want to?
And which made me think maybe Kobe had so much of his own memorabilia already, or he had the shoes from it, or the ball from it, which is why he doesn't care if he didn't have the jersey anymore.
Well, it's interesting, and we can talk about this in greater detail, but there was, like, that big controversy towards the end of his career, Kobe's career, where his parents sold
I
his
forgot
memorabilia. So
I forgot about that.
That's obviously something you can do. I mean, what parent wouldn't want to line their house with their professional athletes' cool stuff? So I'm sure a lot of players' parents have stuff,
Yeah.
But then, for a lot of these guys that, like, they have people that need money, it's a lot easier to just give them, hey, here's a pair of Scottie Pippen worn shoes. You can sell these for $5K. I don't want to give you money, but I'll give you my shoes.
Yep.
Like, that's something.
That's also true.
Who knows?
Yeah. There's just so many different things it could be.
So this game was... Guess who they played?
Washington Bullets.
The Washington Bullets. Shout out
Washington.
If we don't have a huge fan base in
Washington,
DC...
That's not Washington. The dub.
The East Side.
East Side Dubs.
But this was another one in Washington. Bulls won 113-100.
Okay.
This was December 14th, 1991. And Scottie had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 for 13 from the field, and MJ had a game-high 29. Nothing too crazy. Pretty good. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, that is kind of Scottie's just... That's what he does. Like,
but he was the perfect complement to Mike. Though,
oh man.
Because Mike did what Mike did, but then he had Scottie to do. He got. I think for his whole career, he pretty much had 5 rebounds. Pretty much had 5 assists.
Yeah.
His whole career, a steal, maybe a block here and there, and so he had a teammate that can help him do everything. Yeah. And then you have Rodman eventually, and then you have your shooters eventually. And then your bigs were good too, So
you just need... What they needed Scottie to do was be a world-class defender, which he always was.
And he was.
And
lanky guy.
He'd be a great passer, and he always was.
And you need him for a bucket, he can do that too.
It does.
And he can bang it on you.
His career high is...
what is it?
We'll get to it.
We'll talk about that. We can talk about that later.
Shoes.
Yeah.
And a shoe we're going to talk about. I do have a few other players that have worn these ones that we talked about. That talk about if you're a collector.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the all-time. That is crazy. And I don't know about you. I like this pair better than you sent me the black pair too that he wore.
Who?
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe. Yeah.
I like this.
No, this pair is way better.
Yeah.
I mean, did this come out? I want to say maybe like 2017, 18 they came out with that pair. I think almost like in a special release type of thing.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but other than that, they've never released a colorway like that. That was basically just for him.
So nuts.
And we spoke about it briefly before. Remember, like during his sneaker free agency, which we'll talk about in the Kobe series.
Yeah.
Man, every company was just like, oh, yeah, we'll make a PE for you. Here you go.
There you go.
What?
Yeah.
Every company?
Yeah. It's really nuts. And especially at Nike, like I think we should do probably just an episode about sneaker free agency and we can get into the nitty gritty of it. But like Nike knew what they were doing, so they hooked him up.
Oh yeah.
They hooked him up every game.
Oh yeah.
But this was this is NLA against Detroit clearly as Tayshaun. Tayshaun looks a little scared.
I do love Tayshaun Prince though.
I always
amazing player.
I always loved Tayshaun.
I loved both of them. I respected them so much. But the Pistons, man, I'll never forgive them for beating us in the finals.
Kobe had a 30-piece, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 1 turnover on 10 of 22 from the field.
Yeah, Kobe.
And then Shaq led everyone with 35 points that game and 14 rebounds.
Ooh, man.
Good luck stopping that.
Damn. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yes. And then I got one more here that is pretty nice. Let's see.
There we go.
There
Fab Fizzad.
One of the Fab Five.
Oh, Cincinnati. Is that the championship?
This was the Final Four.
Okay.
So they beat Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
This was in April of '92, and then they went on and lost to Duke.
He's wearing the blue and the purple, I think, because I think that's.
I do think they are.
That's
yeah.
blue right there.
I don't think they had PEs or anything.
They weren't. I don't think they did that for them.
Because I saw another photo of, I think Juwan Howard was in the background of it, and they had the same exact colors.
Right.
But yeah, those are crazy. Those are so cool. The Fab Five, like, it's hard to get cooler than that.
Iconic, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how
the bad boys of college almost, right?
C-Web, so Michigan won 76-72. He had 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 3 turnovers, a foul, and he shot 8 of 12 from the field. So
C-Web was a beast.
I love C-Web.
Super great player
favorites.
again, dude.
Yeah.
Again, like the '90s, man, they produced a lot of sick players, dude.
Yeah.
Like the players in their prime. This is one of them for sure.
You know, C-Web. One of my. He said when he was 12, he got like he had to be pulled aside at a basketball game he was in because he was like 6'5" at 12. Can you imagine you're like your 12-year-old son, you're at the youth.
Okay, Timmy.
Game, and then this dude walks by you, and you're like,
yeah,
man, whose kid is that?
Yeah,
like,
no, he's kid.
Yeah, he is the kid.
He's the kid. Yeah.
He's playing. What?
It's not. I get it. It's not fair. I mean, it should be fair because it's not his fault. He's huge. You know.
Yeah, we can talk about the Huarache all day probably.
The Huarache I think is up there in Nike's silhouettes as one of the silhouettes that has the most evolutions.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You know, there's a Huarache runner, there's a Huarache low, there's a Huarache high, there's a Huarache with a strap, there's a Huarache drift.
2K4.
There's a 2K4. There's one of Kobe's first shoes ever was the Zoom K1, which was a Huarache basketball shoe, but it was like obviously the super updated version.
Yeah.
So I mean, another dope shoe that I'm glad to bring up, just like the Air More. Like these shoes need to be, for me, I need to be talked about in the sneaker world because I kind of forgot about.
Yeah. You know. No, they're crazy. But moving on, I think this next pair. Yes, I think it's my favorite. Of this episode.
Yes.
These are crazy. These are so.
So there's that colorway again. See?
Yeah, the black and white I think really makes it too.
Mm-hmm.
But
They do such a good job with the color blocking. Like I think like you obviously make this all black and the white swoosh is cool, and then but just look how they did the midsole and stuff.
The little splash of white there, the white air,
and then the black here. It's just kind of weird, like but it wavy, works. Yeah.
I really like them. These are crazy.
Great shoe, man.
The Air Maestros.
It's like super 90s feel for sure.
Great name. Such a great name. You can wear these, I feel like, just out and about. Like, they have such a good shape and look.
A dope shoe that you will not see anyone wearing right now, too. So, kudos to you if you can find a pair of these right now. Which I'm sure you can. I think a lot of the shoes, which we should definitely say, a lot of these shoes that we're talking about right now are actually on, not a lot. There's a few of them that are on Nike.com I saw.
Yeah, there's been a few.
There's a couple that are on right now that you can buy. So, if you guys are interested on that, they're on there. But this is one of those pairs I would definitely wear too.
No, yeah, for sure, because these are crazy. Let's see. Right now, this pair on StockX is only $201. That's not terrible.
It's a performance shoe, so you're gonna pay a pretty penny because it's gonna protect your foot. This is considered one of the best performance shoes ever, basketball wise.
I think too. This picture might be the Air Maestro II. Mm-hmm. I think it looks like what he's wearing, and this is definitely the one that he's wearing here. This is a great photo, but it was a little bit difficult for me to find a picture of just the one because the two is talked about a lot, and the two is really nice looking too.
Right. No, it looks dope there, especially because they're wearing the white uniform with the black
shoes. Yeah. And I buy 51%.
There goes the 51%, and I know I talk about this all the time. The black shoes with the white laces. In this situation, that looks sick.
It passes. It's okay.
It looks cool. Okay. And Michael Jordan it's kind of a little thing. The Jordan 5. He has it's like I think.
Check out that episode.
Watch it. It's like an all black. I want to say like a black cat colorway where it's just all black. There's pictures of him wearing this uniform with that shoe with white laces, and that's like at that time it was really weird for anyone to do it. Yeah. So for Michael to do it, it's like, that's pretty dope.
It's like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah. So those 2 times though. This is the only time it's cool.
That's the only way. Otherwise, don't do it.
Don't do it any other days. Otherwise.
So this was a game though against the Knicks, a playoff game. Mm-hmm. This was May 29th, 1993. Mm-hmm. A blowout.
Yeah.
Bulls won 103-83. Scottie had a game high 29 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Yeah. 1 block. He only played 32 minutes too because it was
a blowout.
10 of 12 shooting, so just couldn't stop him.
Blew out the Knicks.
Yeah.
Poor Knicks.
And that's why probably Starks was getting mad at him. But I read they had to be separated this game. Which,
Starks gets mad at everybody.
That's true. He hated the Bulls.
This shoe was made popular by college players also, just like the Huarache. Most notably was Jason Kidd when he was at Cal. So he wore that, and then John Stockton and Ron Harper also wore that shoe. Nice. So again, there goes John Stockton rocking heat.
These would be sick in a Cal colorway.
Colorway.
If they made a
white, blue, and gold
team version for that for Cal, that would be nasty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then next one is Maestro. Oh, there's another one. I like this kind of colorway too.
Another fire red.
Yeah.
You can
These
call
are
it
really nice. And I like the same thing we're talking about. That spot of white that we were saying. Oh, it looks good. The spot of black.
Black, yeah. It needs to be there, right? Otherwise, it looks totally different.
But these are the twos.
Fire. So fire.
The all red version is because of this. So this was the 94 All-Star game, so first season without Michael for Scottie. Yeah. And this is the first time he laced them up. Like you said, it was like a special occasion. They made these to kind of
to honor his finals performance.
Yeah, his against the Suns, right?
Yeah, it was game 3. He had a triple-double. They won, and that game is to honor, or that shoe is to honor that game.
Yeah, so he had 15. This was in game 2 actually. He had 15.
Oh, game 2, sorry.
15, 12, and 12.
Sheesh.
He had 7 turnovers too, but I mean,
it just shows he was doing a lot.
Yeah, he was doing it all.
Also, really cool uniforms.
Yeah, uniforms aren't too bad. They kind of remind me of the 92 ones when Magic came back.
Yeah.
They did have, I feel like they had a few years where they just were like, we're just going to use pretty much the same jerseys.
Thing, yeah. Shout out Mitch Richmond, too. He's wearing Player Edition 9s. Those are fire.
Those are sick. So, Scottie got these shoes for this game. Mm-hmm. They apparently worked. This was, like I said, 94 All-Star game in Minnesota. Yeah. He took home MVP that game.
He got an All-Star game?
All-Star game MVP, yep.
Okay.
The East won 127 to 118. And he had a game-high 29, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and 2 turnovers. So...
Pretty good game.
Not too shabby.
Pretty good. Scotland.
No Mike, no problem.
That's right.
And then, believe it or not, there's one guy who I was able to find that also wore these.
Philip John?
Mr. Peach.
Oh, those are sick,
those
bro.
Are crazy.
That's the pair.
Yeah, that's like the same pair that's
damn. Look at the strap randomly at the top.
That's kind of sick, though.
That's pretty cool,
weird,
man.
Though. There's no material, like,
it's just
in
pulling,
that one little spot.
It's just the back and the tongue together.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick. Though you don't see shoes look like that anymore.
And they look so clean to me.
Yeah, I like them too.
Those are crazy nice. This was of
nicely
course
done.
PJ Tucker.
Yes.
Rockets 111 beat the Wolves they lost to the Wolves in Minnesota 121. This was, I believe, in March of that year.
Yeah.
February, sorry. And he finished classic PJ Tucker game. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 4 fouls.
Yeah.
3 of 7 shooting.
Yeah.
Great. And I do think it's interesting. I wish PJ wore more Scottie shoes because he kind of plays Scottie-ish.
Scottie-ish.
Can't pass, but really good defender.
Not as much of a bucket.
No.
Maybe a little bit back in
yeah, but
he does Scottie-ish stuff.
PJ does the work. I guess that's what it is.
No, I totally know what you mean.
Always there from PJ. Same with Scottie.
Yeah.
Harden led all with 42 that game, and then Jeff Teague led the Wolves in scoring with 27.
Forgot about he was in that team.
Yeah, right. I picture him in Atlanta only, pretty much.
Yeah.
But these are sick. These are a great shoe.
Another great shoe that he wore. That's not his, but
yeah, that's the thing with Scottie is interesting. It's like we're getting into like at this point when he was wearing these shoes, he had already won 3 championships, been an All-Star, been an All-Defensive Player, Olympic gold medalist, and like he still doesn't have like a signature shoe. Where at this point, Chuck, obviously, I think marketability had a lot to do with it.
Big time.
Chuck was a personality,
and the Bulls already had Michael Jordan on the team.
But yeah, no signature at this point yet for Scottie, so that's kind of interesting.
They were in the boardroom and they were like, "He must wait. He is not ready.
He hasn't earned it.
He has not earned his keep."
And then next one. Whoop.
Is the
Air Swift.
Okay, I don't like this one.
No.
I don't like it that much.
I don't like the back. It looks like it's a high heel shoe, bro.
It just looks like a big high heel on the back.
So big.
This is where they were like, should we add one more white streak? Nah. Then they could have added one here, like or something.
Just they could have cut away some of this shoe.
It's not enough to make it nice for me.
No.
But
this is nice. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. Those are nice.
Those
That's
are great.
not what I meant to do.
Back to the Future.
This is nice.
Ooh.
That is such a crazy dunk.
I mean, if you guys get on our social media at some time, or if you guys have seen in the last few days, we probably would have posted. We'll post this.
We'll put this out there because this is nuts.
That's a good one.
This is the '94 playoffs again. Yep. No Mike. This was, I believe, game 3 of that series.
Okay.
Bulls won 93 to 79. May 20th, 1994. Scottie had such a well-rounded game. 13 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 4 turnovers, 5 for 16 shooting. So he didn't even shoot it.
And one yag.
One yamarooney. That will take some sweet yams to go.
Barbecued fricasseed chicken.
That is right.
Yes.
This dunk is crazy.
That's iconic. It's
and then he walked over.
He walks over him and he gets mad.
Oh god, I would be pissed.
I would be super pissed.
It's not one of those ones like Sean Kemp has where he yams on you and then you dap him up afterwards. It's not one of those.
That's my favorite. Yeah,
that's my favorite Sean Kemp one.
Yeah.
The one where he hangs on him and then the guy's just like, yep.
Yeah, you got me.
Great one.
You got me.
Ewing had game high 26, and then B.J. Armstrong led the Bulls with 20 that game.
Mm-hmm.
Bulls went on to lose.
I love B.J. Armstrong.
Yeah, he's great. Great personality too.
Yeah.
Bulls went on to lose in 7 that game.
Mm-hmm.
So no
Which,
Mike.
One of the few.
Bit of problem.
One of the few years during that time where they where they lost.
Yeah.
You know. Mike was on the White Sox or Barons
yes,
at
the
this time.
Barons, yeah. But yeah, not the best Scottie shoe. They look a little bit better on foot.
They do look better like that.
They're farther away.
Yeah,
so that helps.
You know. But again, maybe not one I would have chosen.
No. But the next one, those are pretty nice. If I can get there.
Man, so nice. I love this shoe, bro. This is another. We're kind of building up now to what.
We're building up to his classics.
To his classic stuff, and this I think it starts with this one, like when shoes kind of like for me at least when shoes were starting to be like, damn, these are really nice. These are also really nice.
Yeah.
Starting to pick up. It was this one for Scottie that I think was starting to make him famous.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful shoe, dude.
Yeah, this one.
They took a lot of pieces from Charles' designer.
Yes,
too.
yeah, because this is the Nike Air Max Uptempo.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we talked about the Nike Air More Uptempo, which we will get back to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is an Air Max, just a little bit tweaked, so it's not
exactly
all Charles.
Yeah, and like the waviness is what reminds me of Charles.
Yep.
How they put the CB34 on there. They have the air and then the swoosh.
Yeah.
The placement of the swoosh.
Even the laces.
The laces, the thick laces are definitely an influence, and then kind of like the bubble down here. But again, we got to bring up he didn't like the Air Max unit, which he told Nike later on.
Yeah.
So
hooked him up eventually.
Well, again, when we move on to his other shoes,
we're getting close.
Say what happened. But he played in it even though he didn't like it. It wasn't. I don't think it was that big of a deal for him to like switch a shoe.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, so that colorway is sick.
Yeah, I kind of prefer them in the black and white.
Yeah. Shout out Glenn Robinson.
Big dog. So this was in Chicago versus the Bucks on March 5th, 1996. So MJ was back at this point.
Yes.
Bulls won 115-106. And Scottie had an okay game. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, only 1 foul, 4 for 9 from the field in 30 minutes. So and that's compared to Glenn Robinson and Vin Baker both played 43 minutes to try and keep the Bucks in it. And Big Dog had 22 that game. Baker had 21.
Was Ray Allen there?
No, because he was drafted in 96.
Oh,
so
that's
he
right.
That's
right.
Season,
So he wouldn't. Yeah, that's right.
And MJ had 33 that game. The game high 33.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah, those look good. They look good in the
nice
picture
and chill,
we showed,
man.
And then
Super
they look
chill.
better on foot even.
Mm-hmm. Super cushiony.
But these are nice, but I prefer these. These are so crazy.
Another pair that I'm glad to speak on this podcast, bro, because just in the world of sneakers, this is an iconic shoe, man. Just because this is the first time they ever put words like on a shoe of this nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy how big
and
they are.
It took off. Like literally, they had to retro this how many times?
Yeah, there's so many different colorways of this.
Yeah,
and it's
the most iconic is this one for sure.
Because what you can do so many things. Because like I saw one that was it was white base, but it was almost like a rainbow where each letter was like a different color on each shoe even. Yeah, it's sick. So many things you can do. Again,
and also you can pretty much do it with any shoe, but really versatile now. You know, with style and hip hop culture,
right?
People wear this. Sick. People wear this on stage to perform, or as part of your outfit to the concert. Or to play basketball, everything. It's for everything, and you can't really do that with every shoe, So This is just such a versatile and also iconic, unique.
And we talked
sneaker.
about how Charles wore these last week. He wore
Yeah.
them during the '96 Olympics.
Yeah,
Scottie wore them too.
so cool, dude.
The Nike Air More Uptempo. These are crazy. And this is, I think, probably my favorite picture of Scottie because of how the shoes just pop.
Yeah.
Like, you know right away what shoe he's wearing when you look at this photo because they stand out. Like, see, it's so much black, and then the white.
The white trim of the
white
letters.
trim of the letters just makes it crazy.
Awesome, bro.
But yeah, this was in the '96 finals in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Scottie and the Bulls, they went up 3-0 on the Sonics here. So they won 108-86. This was June 9th, 1996.
Right.
Scottie had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, 5 of 14.
Doing the Scottie thing.
Yeah. And MJ had 36 to lead all scorers. So, but yeah, that photo, oh man, breakaway dunk, everyone in the background, like
It has everything in
that's
there.
a crazy photo. I love that photo. Shout out Andrew Bernstein who took it.
Andrew Burns. Hey.
Legendary
photographer. Cool fact, the Air More Uptempo was in you know what, I was just gonna tell you, I'm gonna make you guess. Okay? You ready?
Let's hear it.
It was in a movie. I'm gonna say if I tell you the actor, you might get it because he's only in so many movies. But anyways, Brendan Fraser. And
George of the Jungle.
yes.
No way.
It's
Is
in
it?
that movie.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I need to rewatch George
It's
of the
in that
Jungle
movie.
now. That's sick.
Amazing. Yeah. The designer, his name is Wilson Smith. I know the name doesn't slap you right in the face.
It's different.
It does. Right.
Yeah.
Keep my shoes name. But he got the inspiration from graffiti, the designer. Yeah, and pop art.
Yes.
So the letters, if you get look
They
at it up
certainly
close,
do pop.
not literally,
No.
but like the bubbly letter coming out of the shoe.
Yeah.
One of the first to ever do it.
Yeah,
So
so
shout out
sick.
Wilson Smith,
Yes.
not the Fresh Prince.
He's not fresh. He's not a prince.
He's not the prince.
But he is.
You're going when you're doing that, you're going like this. And
Like a
like
throwing?
you're and I can see it in my peripheral, and I'm like, nah, dude. In my head, I'm saying, nah, dude.
Never. Nice try.
Yeah. Okay, guys, here we go. We made it.
Oh, actually,
Wait, what you got? What you got? My bad. What you got?
I got one.
A lot of people.
I know a ton of players.
A lot of
probably
players
won
won
this,
this,
but
yeah.
I found one in particular.
Okay.
Amon Shumpert.
Ooh.
We're in the Olympic
colorway.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that. One of the more.
We talked about it
Cooler.
last episode.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So we snuck it in there a little bit. Going up against, it looks like Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier won me a fantasy championship, so shout out Evan Fournier.
Shut up.
Anyway, Julian was in that league. Anyways, that colorway is super sick.
Yeah. This was season opener of the 2017-2018 season. October 12th, I believe. So Amon Shumpert had 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting, 2 rebounds, and a steal, and he was coming off the bench for those Cavs, so that's fine. This was Kyrie's first game back to Cleveland after the trade to Boston. Isaiah Thomas did not play, but Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade and all them, they were in the game.
Yeah.
Which is so weird. And then
Such a weird team.
And then LeBron had a crazy game. 29 points, which is a game high. 16 rebounds and 9 assists.
Damn.
Yeah.
Braun was crazy. Braun back then.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we will get into
Dun, 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 dun. The Pippen one.
the Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan.
Ooh, boy.
These are
Man, that's...
super nice.
I told Julian that this is top 10.
Top 10.
This is a top 10
For the-
basketball
for the
shoe
each.
for me.
This photo doesn't even do it justice too, because when he wears them,
Yeah. We never brought up that Pippen had his own logo too.
Which is sick, too.
Super sick. Reminds me of the Penny logo almost.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway's. One of the reasons why I say it's a top 10 is because this shoe brings me back to a specific time that I remember so vividly.
Yeah.
It was like $180 to $200. I obviously at that time I loved shoes, but I was like, I'm not gonna ask my parents to get me $180, $200 shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody had it at school. You know, like this colorway specifically. Everybody, it was sold out everywhere. Every Foot Locker, we went to every mall. Like, just I know I wasn't gonna buy it, but I would look at it, and it was just one of the first few times that I saw where a shoe was just not on staying on the shelf.
Yeah.
And everybody it was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So also a really comfortable shoe. One of the first few with the Nike Jewel is what it's called.
Okay.
And what was I gonna say? This is the person that designed this. His name is Aaron Cooper, and this jewel was also put there to hold the inner foot panel or like the sole together.
Oh, that's cool.
So one of the first shoes to kind of like use design as part of also the
Like
construct of the shoe,
structural,
structure of the shoe. Yeah,
That's sick.
so pretty dope.
That's a great factoid there.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, these are great. I got a few more color. I think I got one more colorway, which I really like these ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Scottie here rocking the OGs.
Yes.
These are sick.
Okay, and so continuing on the Air Max thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
He voiced his opinion after the shoe was designed. So Aaron Cooper already had the shoe in production with Nike, and he had told them, I really don't like the Air Max unit. If you make me a Zoom Air, I will wear anything, basically. And this came out, but after this came out, he made him a PE with the Zoom Air technology and the sole on the bottom. So he made him a white PE for the regular season and a black colorway for the '97 playoffs, and it's the only pairs that are ever been released. So that Pippen one with the Zoom Air, this one has never been released. Any pair you see out in the world today is the one with the Air Max.
Well, this actually might be. I guess it depends on how early in the playoffs you got them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a playoff game against the Hawks that year in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that maybe he got his hands on one of the Zoom Air ones.
Yeah. So they made them for him, and which is pretty cool. Like, if you didn't like it, they could just switch up that technology.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. This was May 10th, 1997 in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
This Bulls won 100-80, a bit of a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
He had 17 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 8 of 20 from the field, 4 turnovers. Pretty darn good game, I would say.
Game, yeah.
MJ had a game high 21 points, so it was a pretty. They kind of locked
spread
down.
it out.
Yeah,
huh?
spread the love a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Locked down the Hawks.
Yeah.
Matumbo had 16 points. 16 blocks. 13 finger wags.
Finger wags.
16 points.
And 12 no-no-nos.
Yes. 13 rebounds and 4 blocks. But as a team, the Hawks shot 36.4% from the field.
That's not going to get it done.
That is terrible.
That's not going to get it done.
Awful. And I didn't know this.
Mookie Blaylock.
No Mookie Blaylock.
What?
Stories. I just hadn't thought about this. Robert Parrish was on that Bulls team.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh, that is still weird. That is still weird.
Weird, right?
Yeah, you only think Celtics.
Season,
yeah.
Won his last one of 4 rings with them. So, or for himself, I should say, won 4 rings in his career. Yeah, I was like, Parrish.
Well, he did play till like.
He played until he was about 57.
59. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a cool little fact here: 2 other players wore this.
I got one.
Okay, who?
I got PJ Tucker.
Oh no, I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you got PJ, right?
I got PJ.
For
we'll get there.
later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two players wore this when it came out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And funny enough, the only 2 that wore it are the exact same size as Scottie Pippen.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That threw me off. I was gonna guess Scotton and Gary Payton.
No. Who?
Stockton.
Scotton? John Scotton. No.
That's their mix. That's when you mix Scotty and Stockton. Scotty Stockton.
Okay. So, the 2 guys, right? Well, the first guy got locked down by Mike and Pippen in the Olympics.
Oh.
Wait. And then the second guy is the guy I brought up in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, Jason
Caffey
is the guy you brought up in the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
And Bulls teammate Tony Kukoc
Yes.
got shut down.
The 3 players back then to wear it.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's those
sick.
3. Yeah, pretty cool.
All Bulls players? That's kind of cool. I wonder how MJ felt about that.
Yeah, like
Probably not great.
there was for sure a competition there. Like, why aren't you wearing my shoe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sure. But I mean, cool. I'm sure it's also they all had Jordans too, and they just wore them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's sick.
cool
That's a
little
good
fact,
one.
and they're
Yeah.
all size 16. What the hell?
Yeah, that's weird.
16.
That's why
Jesus.
they wore them. Scottie just left some pairs.
And which was I was thinking about. I was like,
oh, this fits.
they're like, well, I'm the same size. Give me a pair. Here's my used ones.
I got these ones. I don't want them.
I don't.
He gave them all. He gave them all the one with the Air Max technology.
Yeah, the Air Max ones exactly.
Yeah,
So you don't have to
I
wear
have
it.
these ones. I'm done with these ones.
Exactly.
I wish I had some pictures of that. That'd be sick.
That would be cool. Yeah, I think I've seen Kukoc wear it.
Yeah.
There's pictures of Kukoc, but I don't remember Jason Caffey getting rebounds with those.
Yeah, getting minutes.
Getting.
Uh,
Ooh.
those are sick.
That's a fun color.
Yeah,
Right? Where'd you
right?
get that?
Like this is like a cool gray for
That's
PJ or
PJ?
something. Yeah.
Shout out PJ,
so
bro.
this is-
That's a crazy color.
Right. This is sick. This was March 20th, 2019. Rockets in Memphis.
Yeah.
And they lost 125 to 126.
Yeah.
So it went down to the wire. It was an overtime game. Harden had 57, and they still lost. Chris Paul was on the team. I think he had ended up with like 18 and 8, so not a bad game.
Yeah.
Mike Conley had 35, which was not his season high. It's not his career high or his season high. I don't picture Mike Conley as a scorer.
Yeah.
I think his season high that year was like 41, so he was kind of going off that season. Valanciunas had 33 for the Grizzlies.
Okay.
And the game went to OT because Harden drew a foul.
Valanciunas on the Grizzlies, crazy.
Justin Holiday when he was shooting a 3, so he went to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah.
Sunk them all. Game goes to overtime, and then in overtime, Conley misses the game winner with the score tied. Valanciunas gets the rebound with like no time left, and as he's going up for a putback shot, he gets fouled by Capella. And there's like I think there was like 0.1 seconds left is what they put back if they put back any time at all. And then so he made.
Is this a playoff game? Yeah.
No, this was in March.
Okay.
This was still regular season. He made the first one, and then I don't know. I would be curious to see if there's any footage. But he missed the second one, but they got their own offensive rebound, so that was it.
Okay.
The
Crazy game. I'm trying to see if I can remember it. That's
I
what
know.
I'm
I was
saying.
trying to think. I'm like,
because it sounds like a big game.
I must have heard of that. Like,
right?
Harden dropping 57, which was also not his season high that year. I think he dropped 61 that season. And then a crazy like overtime finish. That's a great game, right?
Great
there.
game, dude. Sounds dope.
And then on to another. Look at those. So so both of these are Kith collaborations.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Shout out Kith and those guys over there.
This was when PJ was in Miami, and he wore these. He wasn't playing that game, so he wore these just on the bench.
Yo, those
Didn't
are
have to change
nice.
at halftime.
No wonder they're nice. Kith doesn't miss, bro.
Yeah.
They're like
both
dope
this
brand.
pair and the other pair that he wore. They're both Kith. They're both
awesome.
super crazy.
Good find, bro. Good
then-
shout out.
Shout out me,
Shout out Julie.
Statty Daddy,
Yes.
Mr.
At
Statty
Steady Daddy. He's going solo.
and then these are the Pippen 2s.
What came out 98 for 120.
That's
Not bad, dude.
And they're pretty nice. I mean, I don't think they have as great a look as the ones, but they're pretty nice.
Came out in 3 colorways.
smooth.
Yes, very smooth. Like it reminds me of like a very like just goes everything
Yeah,
all
it's a
goes straight.
sleek,
It's a very
yeah.
sleek, straight shoe. I don't know. For me, I personally like. So this is tumble leather. One of the best leathers you can use. Again, the jewel is on there. The jewel swoosh. Came out in 3 colorways: the white red, obviously, white black, white blue. Designed by Aaron Cooper again, and the inspiration for the shoe was from Pippen's love for cars.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So this design came from a 1951 Chevy Mercury.
Oh,
And
nice.
the shape of the car and
Yeah.
the shoe and stuff like that. And
That's sick.
the little hints of the car as well are these eyelets on top. They're silver
Yeah.
to resemble the door handle of the Mercury.
Wow.
So pretty cool history behind
that's
that.
some good design right there.
And then and you notice that has the Zoom
Yeah,
Air unit on there. So
that's awesome.
cool. Cool design story behind this one. Cool colorway, bro. The white and black.
Yeah,
never see that.
Yeah, I can't. Honestly, that could be blue. It's a
Oh,
little
maybe
hard,
yeah.
It's a little hard to tell.
Yeah.
Picture's a little crusty, but this is a good one.
Sick.
Maybe Tony Kukoc wearing a pair back there.
Maybe.
But this was in Chicago against the Wolves. Clearly, this was April 3rd, 1998.
Anthony Peeler.
Oh, okay.
That's him, huh?
I know. I recognize him too. I can't. I think he's from the Bad Boys. I can't remember
Doug?
his name.
No.
But his mustache. It always reminded me of like a walrus.
Yeah. No, his mustache is what makes him. What makes me remember him.
Scottie had 18 points in this game, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 block, and KG was playing in this game. He had 15 points and 8 rebounds, and MJ led everyone with 41 on 16 of 25 shooting. So that is
MJ.
I know, it's like
good old MJ.
Good old Mikey J. I do want to add really quick that Scottie's career high was 47, and that was in the 96-97 season, so I kind of missed that. He was probably wearing his Pippen ones.
Okay.
So.
So he got his career high in his first shoe.
Yeah.
Good job. Nice. Good job, Scottie.
Good job. Way to be a professional basketball
player.
I went the wrong way again. Did I? No, these are the threes.
This is the three. This is the Pippen.
I went the right way.
Yes.
Pippen threes.
It's the Pippen 3. I don't like this shoe that much. It's a little too plain for me. The design behind this one was to kind of copy the 2 because he really loved the 2.
Yeah.
So if you can see,
similar.
Yeah, you can see like the front half is almost pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They went the same with the 2 eyelets on top here, and this season was the one season he was with the Rockets.
Yeah, so this is when he got traded to the Rockets.
Yes, and
no, he went to the Rockets. I think he got traded from the Rockets.
Later that season.
Oh
no, this is when he left them to go to the Blazers.
Yeah.
So he was traded for Roy Rogers and a 2nd round pick in the 2000 draft, Jake Voskuhl.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. So not a bad season. Like when we were talking about Charles in the other episode, that team was stacked, dude.
Yeah, that team is crazy.
And the team was kind of a little older.
They were
stars,
a very old team, yeah.
But lots of really good stars, and they didn't really make it. They didn't make it too far.
No, yeah, they didn't do too much. This was also the lockout season, so
yeah,
I'm sure for some of those older guys, like it really threw them off.
For sure.
They lost in the first round to then Los Angeles Lakers, so Scottie would be seeing a lot of them for the next few seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a terrible season for Scottie. He averaged 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and almost 6 assists.
Which is great. Like
it's a great season.
That's
really not much has changed. Scoring a little less, but you gotta let Hakeem and Barkley, like he kind of was number 3 just because he was such a good passer. Where
exactly.
You needed Chuck and Hakeem to score, and
the 6 boards and the 6 assists is amazing too.
It's crazy. With those two, that's pretty good. I won't knock that. I do got a great picture
there you
here.
Go there.
The Chuckster.
And we spoke briefly about this last episode, but this was Jordan's farewell season as in the Bulls, which is why.
Well, that was the year before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why So the year before, and this is where all the players were paying homage to him by wearing the Candy Cane 14.
Yeah.
Which is why Chuck's wearing a Jordan 14, which is dope. You never see him in a Jordan.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. These shoes do look a little better on foot. I think maybe better than the 2s almost.
It's another shoe that's just that looks good on foot, but just it's I don't know, too plain for me.
It's pretty plain.
Yeah.
This was a game against the Kings in Houston, February 10th, 1999. This is only the 4th game of the season due to the lockout, so still shaking off
fresh.
the rust. Yeah. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and a turnover for Scottie on 4 of 12 shooting.
I would take that stat line any day, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a good stat line.
That's a little of everything. C-Webb led everyone with 21 that game, but wasn't enough to beat those stacked Rockets.
Houston.
Sure. Pretty sick. Pretty crazy. Can you imagine seeing all 3 of those guys on one team?
Yeah, dude. It would have been cool to watch live. For sure.
Yeah, that would have been a great.
I didn't watch too many games when I was a kid. I might have went to like one Laker game, but to see a lot of these stars, I would have been nice to see Michael Jordan too.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Did you ever get to see Mike? No, huh?
No.
Did you watch games when you were young, like the Lakers?
Yeah, I watched the playoff games when I was like really young, because that was like.
Did you watch the Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I think you told me this. You did tell me this.
When I was a little, I did see Shaq and Kobe in person too. I went to my first ever Lakers game was a Clipper home game.
Yeah.
But they won.
He's a Clipper fan.
But yeah, it was that was great too.
That's dope. I wish I got to see that. I never got to see that.
It was crazy.
I got to see Kobe, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You got to go to Laker playoff games back then, which was like
not a playoff game. This was.
You said playoffs.
No, Laker Clipper game.
Oh,
it was a home game.
Okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, never got. I've never been to a playoff game.
Was it the one where Shaq scored 62 on his birthday?
I don't know. I need to look that up. It would be a similar time. Like it wouldn't have been too far off.
That would have been tight.
But yeah, moving on to.
So we're moving on to the Pippen 4.
Pips 4.
Pips 4s.
That's a no for me.
This is a no for me, Doug, as well. And this is when they started using Pippen's new logo,
which is not.
I don't know why they got away from the old one. The old one's so cool.
Just fine.
I understand you want to evolve too, but should have kept that one.
The shoe is, I don't know. It's like a stealth shoe almost. Like it looks like super low key. The material looks kind of weird. Like you can see like the lines and like it almost looks like cloth or something.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
It's almost like a carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
They look sick on foot. So here's Scottie.
It's all black. You know.
And maybe it just looks good with the Blazers black uniform.
That's another uniform that looks cool. That's why too.
But I mean, the side profile there on Bonzi Wells. Those look nice to me. Like
those are cool.
They're understated. The white line going through them, I do like. But yeah, up close. But yeah, I think the shoes are a little bit understated. And I think that works. But I think it's tough because like, this line, it's not. It looks not great up close. But then I do like.
Not great.
I do like it.
It doesn't look great.
I do like it there.
And it's funny because that line almost saves the shoe,
yeah,
right? Like if it wasn't there, it would be garbage.
Yeah, without that,
to me, like sorry,
bad.
Yeah, but thank God for that.
But yeah, so Pip was on the Blazers at this point. This was a game in LA. Blazers won 109-104 on Christmas Day in the year 2000.
They beat us in a Christmas Day game?
Yeah, right? That sucks.
That's sucky to find out.
I know.
Or remember.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, at least we got the right wins against them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like Lakers, historically, Christmas Day is not great.
It's not.
It's not always
a lot of bad stuff happened.
It's like one of my worst Laker memories outside of like Kobe tearing his Achilles. The Christmas Day game in 2011 against the Bulls or 2012.
12 when Derrick Rose hit the runner,
floater, and then Kobe forced up that shot on like four
guys.
Defenders,
yeah,
I was like,
"What are you doing?"
I was so pissed. I was like, "Fish is open, give it." It's burned in my memory. Unfortunately,
mine is again. I don't know what year, but against the Cavs, and they threw the foam fingers. The fans were
2008 maybe.
Yeah, that was like, man, this is not only are we getting beat, this is embarrassing. The fans are being stupid.
Fingers everywhere.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pip had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 2 fouls.
Yeah.
On 4 of 7 from the field. Sheed led everyone with 33.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. Bonzi Wells in his Pippen 4s had double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, which Bonzi could do.
I love Bonzi too.
Yeah,
another great player.
Yeah.
I hated him against us, but a great player.
The reason, maybe, part of it that the Lakers lost is Shaq had 32.
Uh-huh.
That's great. Kobe had 29. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Fox had 22. That's more than you bargained for with him. The next highest scorer for the Lakers?
2.
Robert Horry with 7.
Oh, boy.
Like, no one else.
So no one else was involved.
Like, Kobe and Shaq did their job, but not enough.
Not enough. Well, again, we got the right ones in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. And then
so
I've intentionally pulled up
the 5.
The Pippen 5s, which is so unfortunate that's like Pippen's shoe trajectory is just here we go, and then
it goes down. Boom. Yeah.
These are
I brought it up I brought it up to Julian earlier. They kind of spearheaded him, Peyton and Jason Kidd as the ambassadors of the Air Morph series.
Yep.
So from the 4 and the 5 on, and up until the 6, just the 4 and the 5, the gloves, all of the Jason Kidd shoes that had the basically that had like an outer shell that they're calling it.
So weird.
The morphs basically so that you have one shoe with the strap or with the shell on, and then you can take the strap off completely on some shoes or take it half off, which is morphs into a second shoe. So that's basically the marketing into the Morph series, and those 3, they use those 3 players including Scottie Pippen.
Oh man.
And the only one it really worked on was the gloves, because those are dope. I love those.
Just such a dumb idea though.
But I was like,
I get it in theory, because like I was reading, they wanted it to be like you can go to the store and buy a different shell, like almost like you can have, a LeBron jersey in the gold, you can have it in the purple, like it's like a different, just change it up, but
it just wasn't done right.
It just doesn't work, I don't think. Like,
and there's so much material on the shoe,
Yeah, these shoes look heavy as hell.
Yeah. So like for me personally, the Gary Payton shoes in the Morph series is the only ones that were pretty dope for me.
Just having a big zipper down the middle of your shoe is such a weird
And then it was crazy. What was crazy is people would wear it open.
Yeah,
when they wear clothes.
So
it was like a weird time. Not weird. I mean, the style in basketball was crazy at that time.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's like a lot of the big baggy stuff.
I had pants that zipped off at the knee, so I could wear shorts when it was
the cutoff.
I was feeling cool, and if I was feeling really cool, leave one on.
Yeah, and then you could put them back on. Yeah.
Unless I couldn't, sometimes my zipper would get stuck, and I'd be like, well, I guess.
And it also.
I guess I'm not putting them back on.
The process isn't necessarily cool too. You're like.
I know, it's like, okay, do I take my shoe off to put it back?
Because you have to peel it. Yeah,
it's like, what do I do?
Yeah, that's right.
I do have one pick. This is cool.
I like that. How it looks there.
They like the outside of it doesn't look bad, but like just make that the shoe.
Yeah, I know. Just don't make another shell or inner shell.
Like,
just make that the shoe.
The part on the just give me the shoe
give me that
looking like this.
Yeah.
VC shoes look crazy.
Those are the shocks, and
so nice.
All the VC basketball heads out there, that episode is coming.
It's cooking.
That episode, because we need some VC on here for sure, bro.
Love me some VC. So this was in Portland. Blazers lost on January 2nd, 2002, 84-95 to the Raptors. Pip had a great game, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks.
Who won?
Blazers lost by 9. Raptors won 95-84.
Okay.
VC had a game high 28 on 11 of 22 shooting.
Damn.
So that was a bad man right there.
I'm going to watch, maybe this week, I'm going to watch his highlights just to remind myself of how dope he was. He's a bucket too, bro. He wasn't just a dunker, dude. He was good.
He was
super
really
legit.
Good.
Fadeaways and stuff.
Probably almost underrated.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like his peak was pretty long, actually, because if you think about it, he was good in like the 99-2000 season all the way up until like I feel like 2011. Really, he was like
making buckets on the Mavs.
Yeah, he was
great making threes on the
game
Mavs.
Winners on the Mavs. And he was great.
His shot never left him. I think that's what it was, and the athleticism was always there.
Oh yeah.
He got slower.
You never knew when him or RJ. They both had great end of career dunks and stuff.
We tend to forget him and T-Mac as teammates. Nasty.
That's crazy.
So nasty.
VC is one of, I think it's only him and Cap and maybe Robert Parrish who have played in 4 decades because his career ended.
Damn.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
His career ended when the bubble started because the Hawks weren't going to make it in.
That's
and
right.
So the season ended.
And he decided to
prematurely.
just up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he played in the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, and the 2020s.
Damn.
That's sick.
Shout out VC, man.
Crazy to have that long of a career when you were that much of a dunker and jumper.
Seriously.
Most of those knees are gone.
Yeah, and your legs just don't work anymore.
And then we get to
I like this
the
one.
Nike Pippen 6. I really like
I
these ones.
love this
I think
one.
it goes back in form a little bit. Closer, it looks more like the 1.
This release. This is the 6. This released 2015.
Yes.
The shape, the materials, all dope. They went back to his old logo.
I got like a snake skin vibe.
They got like a
going
snake
on,
skin thing. They got a splatter print on the midsole,
which is super nice. Great touch.
the shiny red metallic in the middle is a nice touch. Tumble leather on the white again.
Such a well designed shoe.
So they did a great job. And then I like the speckled laces.
Yes.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Good job on that one, dude.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find anyone that laced these up.
It's kind of like a weird, it's too like specific to where like I don't think no one really. It kind of just fell off on the side.
Dude,
You know
they're
what I mean?
sick though.
But look how nice the design is. You
these
can
are
make any
crazy.
color on this and look cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would stick with this. The black and the red and the white.
Can't go
is-
wrong, bro. With the bread colorway, dude,
Yeah.
or Chicago colorway, you know.
Yeah. These are crazy.
And so if they look nice like this, imagine on foot, probably look dope on foot.
Oh, I can't imagine.
You know.
I think I did see some photos of when they were released of like Complex or BR Kicks, like
Yeah.
Pippen 6 on foot, but it was like they were just wearing them like we would wear them. I'm like, I kind
Yeah.
of want to see like a player.
Yeah, I want to see that with a uniform or something,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
For sure. And it has a lace lock,
Yeah,
just like the Jordans.
yeah.
So
These are sick.
yeah, man. Shout out Scottie Pippen. He had a good line of shoes. Also obviously had a great career.
Great career. Some really nice shoes. I do think it's unfortunate. I think for the most part, his signature shoes and his line
Yeah.
aren't fantastic. Like
Yeah.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
but
There's a rich history behind
yes,
them.
Yeah.
I think they're loved in the sneaker community. I would say definitely, especially with like their older heads who
Yeah.
follow the Bulls and
Yeah.
the '90s basketball. So
Yeah.
that I don't think it'll go away. He's in the sneaker history for
Yeah,
sure
for
forever. And his signature line will definitely be up there. But there's so many more that we need to talk about that are pretty crazy, man. Like a little better than this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we can top ourselves. That's for sure.
Yeah. Before we go, quick shout out to the Nuggets for winning the NBA championship
Jokic
this
was
season.
finally excited today.
I like being in parade. Yeah.
Finally, after saying like,
Yeah.
I don't like my job and I just want to go home, and I'm happy that he is finally enjoying this.
Yeah, they look like they had a great time. But as Laker fans, we heard what Vic Lombardi and Mike Malone said.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next season.
We'll see you, yeah.
We'll see you next. That's all I'm gonna
We'll be
say.
there.
That's all I'm gonna say. We'll see you guys,
Yeah.
punks.
Dang kids.
But thanks guys for once again this section of our episode. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for following us, commenting, all the interactions and DMs.
Yep, we love it.
Reaching out to us, all our friends and family, and all the people we've met throughout doing this so far. Kind of crazy that we're on episode 10 already and have all this stuff out. So
Coming up. Episode 10 is coming.
yeah, man, really excited for all the stuff to come up in the future. But thanks again for listening.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. We got again exciting stuff coming up, guys.
Yes.
Summer.
I
It's
can't
summer.
wait.
Summer is gonna be really really fun.
Summer.
Tis I. This is not the lyric.
That's
That's not how it goes.
That's not how Wilson Smith would have wrote.
Wilson. Guys, Schoolboy Q Studio. Tweet it to Julian.
No.
Message it to
No.
Julian. That's his favorite song of all time.
That's it. Number
Yeah,
one.
number one favorite song. But we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
No.
Only you can prevent forest
Only
fires.
you. Later, guys. Wiggy, peace out.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why not? Oh, yeah.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
was a good one.
We went in on that one.
Yeah, was that like 2 hours?